Advisor sir, honorable chairperson madam, and all other dignitaries who gave us opportunity to organize this event. And of course, this will be a lifetime memory for all the students who have joined this event here, because when they will pass out, they will be keeping in their memories that Pharmacist Day was organized. And as you know, the today's theme is particularly role of probiotics and immunity enhancement. So Honorable Speaker Sir will be sharing his views about probiotics, and in this pandemic situation when all over the world pandemic is there, it is the relevant topic to discuss about probiotics and of course this immunity enhancement. So it is a matter of great joy and of course a knowledge enhancing event here, where we will be discussing the two very crucial and important topics. First is probiotics and of course immunity enhancement. So before starting the event, I would request our student to please start national anthem. So can we start the national anthem before starting the event? Who is ready there? Who is ready with the national anthem? Tripti Pradhan, are you ready? Tripti Pradhan, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so start the national anthem, madam.
Yes.
Okay. Sir, we will just start with our national anthem and then we will start further things. Renato sir, can you hear me? Renato sir, can you hear me? Yes. So just our one student will sing.
I can hear you.
Yes. Our one student will sing national anthem and then we will go further. Thank you. So Tripti, you can start now.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा सब शुभ नामे जागे तब सुख आशीष मागे गावे तब जय गाथा जन गण मन दिखाए जय 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 जय।
Thank you, Tripti. Now we can sit. Thanks a lot. Yeah. So
Thanks.
yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for actually this is our nation's ritual that we start with national anthem. And now I'll request every faculty to sit down on their seats. Every faculty member can sit down, and I will request now our honorable invited guest Renato sir to introduce himself, and then we will go for further for presentation part. So as we all know, Renato sir is MD of Arches, which is a very renowned research center, and of course, sir has a number of publications in his credentials, and sir has a vast experience of multiple years, and sir has worked with renowned organization as research expert, and sir is working in this healthcare sector as research expert from a long back, and it is in fact matter of great proud that we are having such dignitary with us. So now I'll request sir to please present and introduce himself, and then we will start the presentation of sir. So Renato sir, please some words for our students.
Yes. I'm very happy to be with you today. I always say I learn from you. I'm not teaching, but I'm learning. I'm always learning. So this is a great opportunity for me to learn from you, even if I'm delivering a speech. But I expect from you some feedback regarding a very complex topic, which might be your topic in the near future. I hope so. So if you give me the opportunity to share with you my presentation, can Professor Aruja, can you upload my presentation?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. I'm just opening your presentation. 1 minute, sir.
So it's very important to establish a connection, even if you are online. So don't hesitate to pose some questions if you wish. I'll be happy to answer. I can add some words. I'm basically a scientist, but I'm now working more in the policy domain. So I'm considering, I'm defining strategies not only for my research institutes, but also for territories, other institutions. So I'd like to share my experience with your university regarding potential opportunities of funding, of research partnerships, and so on.
I have just
I can
opened the presentation. Is it visible?
No, I can't see it.
You are unable to see?
No.
Can you see it now, sir?
I don't know if the students or your colleagues can see it.
Is it not visible to you, sir?
No.
Renato, sir, is it visible to you? Preeti madam, can you see the PPT?
No, sir. No, sir.
No, I can't see it.
नहीं दिखाई दे रहा है?
Maybe.
Okay, just 1 minute.
I don't know if I.
Okay, just let me once again.
Yes, sir.
Now is it visible?
Now it's
Yes.
going to.
Is it visible now? Is it visible?
Not yet.
Yes.
Not yet.
Yes.
Okay, now it's okay. Okay.
Now is it visible?
Can you? Yes, I can see.
Visible? Okay.
Now it's going.
Okay, sir. So you can read it, and I will keep it scrolling. Okay.
Okay. Go ahead, or you should do it for me.
Yes, I'll do it, sir.
So,
Our team will do it.
okay. So yes. So as I told you before, this is a great opportunity for me to talk about probiotics and immunity in general, but it's also the opportunity to tell you more about microbiome research and how research in this domain can really improve healthcare, and I'm sure this could be of interest to you. In the next slide, we can see. If you can go to the next slide, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay. My negative experience with probiotics and also prebiotics derived from my collaboration with Professor Emilio, who is an expert in the field of immunonutrition. This collaboration started more than 10 years ago. And I'm continuing to work in this field with great motivation. Can you go to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please, can you go to the next slide?
Yes,
So,
sir.
what are probiotics? Probiotics are living microorganisms which, when administered in adequate amount, can keep their health and well-being to the host. This is a common definition, widely accepted. They can be found in yogurt, other fermented food, dietary supplements, and beauty products. If you move to the next slide, can you go to the next slide, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what type of microorganisms are typically in probiotics? Probiotics may contain a variety of microorganisms. Some of the most common are Lactobacillus, Acidophilus, Lactobacillus bulgaricus, Lactobacillus casei, but there might be also yeast, like Saccharomyces boulardii. To the next slide.
Yes.
Yes, so the main question is, what do probiotics do? In our body, we can find a mix of good and bad bacteria. This is a very important concept when we talk about probiotics. Probiotics are practically, but these bacteria are practically everywhere, in the mouth, the gut, the skin. So probiotics may help primarily improve the immune function against osteobacteria, main benefit deriving from probiotics. If you move to the next slide, there is an important definition of gut microbiota and microbiome. If you go to the next slide. Okay. When we talk about probiotics, we typically consider the gut microbiota. So gut microbiota is composed of a huge number of microorganisms whose collective genome is defined as a microbiome. Some very often the terms microbiota and microbiome are used interchangeably, but it's very important to distinguish this between the microbiota, the microorganisms themselves, and the genome contained in these microorganisms. So when we talk about microbiome, we talk about complexity. And this picture is derived from the Human Microbiome Project, which is a huge project funded by the National Institute of Health in the United States in the last decade. So just to tell you, when we talk about microbiome, we talk about complexity. If you go to the next slide, Hello? Can you move
Yes,
to the
sir.
next slide?
Yes, it is coming, sir.
Yes.
So a peculiarity of the gut microbiota is that there is a close correlation between the gut microbiome and the gut immune system. Most of the immune system is located in the gastrointestinal tract, and there is a sort of neutral regulation between the gut microbiota and the gut immune system. So intestinal bacteria develop the host, and the immune system affects the composition of the intestinal microbiome. So it's very important to maintain in these two systems, biome in the microbiota, in the gut is in the immune systems with immune disorders. So, but also from this picture, we see that there is a great complexity to be understood. So if you move to the next slide, go to the next slide, please.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So, what about the probiotics and the gut immune system? Probiotic properties that usually act directly by increasing the activity of macrophages, natural killer cells, or by modulating the secretion of immunoglobulins and cytokines. Here we are in the context of innate and adaptive immunity. But probiotics can also act indirectly by enhancing the gut epithelial barrier, altering the mucus secretion, or being competitive with regard to other pathogenic bacteria. So there are mainly two ways of acting with regard to the immune system, directly or indirectly. If we move to the next slide, we have a picture describing the complexity of the action of probiotics in their immunomodulatory activity. Yes, it's good to read all these. But of course, probiotics have a very complex approach to their immunomodulatory activities. If we move to the next slide, I give you some more detailed information, and we can see how individual can affect. So selected, if you go for the first series of lactobacilli, we can see that all of them have their boosting functions are those related to toxifying the microbiota. So we can see from here that the research in this field is very, very complex. So because each individual probiotic strain has a very specific boosting effect and a very different and a peculiar mechanism regarding their immunomodulatory action. If you go to the next slide, there are other selected probiotic strains. We can say, for instance, that in the case of streptococcus, we can also have the secretion of immunoglobulin, or they can improve natural killer cells activity, inhibit T2 activity. So there is a wide range of boosting effects regarding probiotics. If you go to the next slide, there's a series of probiotic strains with effects. Okay, they have other probiotic strains like other lactobacillus strains. They have other effects. They have, for instance, that they modulate antiviral activity. They, for instance, can inhibit allergy, reduce inflammation. So, from this table, we can understand that probiotics can be utilized to enhance the immunity response in order to reduce immune disorders. In the literature, you can find a large body of papers regarding the use of probiotics in attempt to treat a wide range of immune and also autoimmune. If you go to the next slide.
Yes, sir.
Can you go to the next slide, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, immune regulation is not only present on Earth, it's not present in the human body. We can also find these regulations in space. And this is one of my favorite topics because space to me represents an exceptional laboratory to test individuals and better understand some processes. For instance, the microbiome in space can be subject to great microbiome change. So the oceans suffer from big changes in their microbiome. So from space we can understand better some specific situation. In this article published by Cohees and co-workers, we can find the results from the impact of long-duration space missions at the International Space Station on the ocean microbiome. But if you move to the next slide, we can see that space can also help us to define specific countermeasures for space missions. In this specific article, there are listed a series of countermeasures to be used to improve the microbiome state of astronauts in view or long duration space missions for Mars missions. I will introduce this topic for you because I know that India has a well-reputed space agency, and this topic will be of interest for your Indian space agency. So if you move to the next slide, measures which can be defined for long duration space missions, and we can see these specific countermeasures. So it's very important so probiotics can be interpreted, can be understood as specific countermeasures for space, but also as specific countermeasures for Earth regarding immune dysregulation, immune dysfunction, and but there is a great complexity to be solved. To the next slide.
Yes.
Can you go to the next slide, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is a very important slide. I wanted to introduce this slide in my presentation because here we can see the link between probiotics, gut microbiome, big data, and artificial intelligence. We can say that typically in the microbiome research, we use the so-called omics technology, and these technologies are continuously being developed, and the larger scale data sets are continuously collected. So the size of the data sets increases, and also the complexity of the data increases. So we need a way how to analyze all these data, to analyze so-called big data, and one use technology is artificial intelligence, and artificial intelligence tools can help us to analyze large amounts of complex healthcare information. So artificial intelligence tools, like for instance deep learning algorithms, suitable deep learning algorithms could be used to analyze data regarding the use of probiotics to improve the state of the microbiome, to improve the efficacy of the immunity of the immune system. And I'm sure that in India and hopefully in your institution, there are people dealing with artificial intelligence, might be interested in developing specific algorithms. But when we talk gut microbiome, big data, artificial intelligence, and probiotics as well, we imply a lot of money involved. The research is very complex. International partnerships should be established. The complexity of the research requires a huge amount of money. I think if you wish to be involved in such kind of research, you should consider dedicated funding scheme, not only at the national level. I'm sure that in India there are schemes for this kind of research topics, but also we should consider funding schemes. In particular, if you go to the next slide, I would recommend. Can you go to the next slide, please?
Yes, sir.
I would recommend considering the next Horizon Europe, the next new research innovation investment program, which actually is a global funding program. And this program will be for the period 2021-2027, so it's a quite long period with a proposed budget of about 80 billion. So even if you are not familiar with funding schemes, I strongly recommend to consider the forthcoming funding scheme. Also, the duration is quite long. You cannot prepare for setting up of the framework program. I'm telling this because of our different funding schemes. And if you go to the next slide, you can see the vision of the Commission for Horizon Europe, and of course, health is a priority for this framework program. But I would like to also draw your attention with the so-called Sustainable Development Goals. So the Commission wants to help through this funding scheme, through this framework program, wants to help the achievement of the global goals, which is very important. So Horizon Europe is really a global framework program, also open to India. So, and this is a great opportunity for Indian institutions in general, but specifically for your institution. If you go to the next slide, which is my final slide, and
Yes, sir.
regarding Horizon Europe, you can see a preliminary structure of the Horizon Europe. And I would like to draw your attention to Pillar 1, where there is a specific funding scheme called Ministerial Actions, which is open to international, it's also devoted to international fellowships. So this funding scheme could be exploited by some of your best researchers to spend some time to do research in specific countries. If you go to the next slide.
Yes, sir.
And this is really my final slide. And my final recommendation, since microbiome research, probiotic research is a complex topic, I really encourage you to consider international funding schemes if you wish to, and Horizon Europe. So two main reasons. Your institutions, some of your centers of excellence, state-of-the-art facilities in computer science could add value to European consortia. This is a very important aspect for your institution. Valorize your state-of-the-art facilities, but also it's a great opportunity for your talents, for your best researchers, in particular your best researchers could apply for Pharmaceutical reaction fellowships in Europe. For instance, in the field of next next generation probiotics, or in the field of deep learning algorithms. So in two different areas, but also related to the research in this very complex topic, which is microbiome research. And another reason, we could also consider the goal 3 in health and well-being of the 2030 agenda of the United States. As I said before, the Commission is also willing to contribute to the achievement of the global goals. So focuses attention on the health and well-being of the goal 3 of the 2030 agenda, which could increase the impact of the research. It could also increase the possibility of establishing research partnerships with academic centers, not only in Europe, also worldwide. And also you could also increase the possibility of establishing opportunity to commercial entities. Or nowadays, most of the companies are considering next generation probiotics or as a potential biotherapeutics. So there is a great potential for probiotic research and in general microbiotic research to allow the predictive and preventive usage of data, and especially from my point of view, this research could allow a quantum leap from the current situation to personalized medicine. So probiotic research and in general microbiotic research could allow a real quantum leap to personalized medicine, which is one of the main objectives of the European Union. So you could, focusing on this message, could increase your capabilities of conducting research, of getting funds, and also establishing strategic partnerships with academic centers and also commercial entities, not only Europe, but worldwide. Okay, this is my final message. I would be very happy to reply, to answer.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you to you.
So thanks a lot, Renato, sir, respected sir, for giving so informative talk on the topic and joining with us from so far from Italy. And as India and Italy both are fighting with the pandemic, and we are in a situation when pandemic is going on, and we are all connecting through this webinar. So it was really informative from your side, sir. Now, if any queries are there from any student or any faculty, they can please ask their queries from sir. Sir, can we take queries?
Yes, I would be very happy to.
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yes. Hello.
Sir, I have a good morning, sir. I'm Sheetal Singh. I have a question about the aquaculture probiotic in the aquaculture, don't you think it is in the market it is overhyped and it is just a trick of a marketing?
Sorry, I didn't get a complete question. It was regarding the market.
Sir, I'm
No.
asking about the probiotic in the aquaculture. Is
Yes.
it really helpful or not?
Yes, of course.
Sir, how?
Yes, my answer is yes, of course. Even though I'm not working this specific area, but of course probiotic may be very useful also in aquaculture.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So I just would like to add a final comment. The world of probiotics is still unexplored. We need a lot of efforts in better understanding the role of probiotics for human and also animal health.
Yes, sir. Can we take one or two more questions, sir, if you allow?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So, any more question from faculty or from student?
Yes, sir. I have a question regarding probiotics.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Sir, can I take them while I'm on antibiotics?
They can have also an activity like antiviral activities, right? For instance, yes. This is another interesting area of research.
Yes, sir.
Yes, as you can see,
Any more queries?
the world of probiotic research is very, very wide and open to new ideas and approaches.
In fact, I would like to share here that ARCHES is collaborated with Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University for research activities. So you
Yes.
can take sir's mail ID and you can discuss your research ideas with sir. And as sir is
Yes.
having so much experience, sir will always help you. Okay, so
Yes. One
Okay,
final
sir.
from my
Thank you, sir.
side, final comment. I would very happy to help your students to grow
Thank you, sir.
and improve.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for
Okay, thank you.
giving us the opportunity.
Yes, I think I can. We can interact very closely in the future,
Yes, sir.
expanding this interaction to your students, of course.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So thanks a lot, sir. Thank you for sharing your so important views. Now, before ending the session, I would like to invite the student to come up with national song. Tripti Pradhan, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Tripti Pradhan. Yeah, please come with national song.
Okay.
Ram Kumar sir and Lalit sir, please mute your mics. Mic. Yeah, Tripti, you.
Just Shamana Mataram Mataram Sukha भारत माता की जय.
Thank you, Tripti. Very nice. Sir, this was part of our regular ritual of national song. Actually, we start our every event with national anthem and we end with national song. So this was part of that. And students have clarified their queries. Your connecting with you was very interactive and very helpful. And so this was a very nice session. And on the event of this World Pharmacist Day, which is celebrated every year on 25th September. So this year also on 25th September 2020, we are celebrating World Pharmacist Day. And we all are basically students and faculties from Faculty of Pharmaceutical Science. And Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University is a nation's first private women's university. India's first private women's university it is, Jayoti Vidyapeeth. And we are running different stream from pharma, homeopathy, Ayurveda, then engineering is there. And it has been accredited by NAC, which is a accrediting agency of Government of India, and also accredited and got approval of Section 12B, which is given to a very few university. So, and of course, interacting with you, MD of Arches, it is a really good collaborative opportunity for all of us to get in touch with you. Yeah.
If I can add one final comment, since you mentioned Ayurveda, I didn't tell you, but of course, probiotics can be combined with other approaches in, for instance, with Ayurveda approaches.
Yes, sir.
And this is very interesting. Could be very interesting research topic. Very interesting.
Yes, sir. So we will surely be in touch with you. We have full-fledged Ayurveda department. In fact, we have Ayurvedic Medical College with us and having a very good patient footfall there. So I will be in touch with you through mail, and we will definitely explore some research project if we can do in collaborative manner.
Yes, I forgot to tell you that Arches is also active in India, mainly in Tamil Nadu, but not only. So we are already present in India, and I'll put you in contact with my Indian representative.
Yes, right? Yes, sir.
So this will reinforce our collaboration.
Definitely, sir, definitely. We will surely be in touch with your Indian representative, and we will interact with them. So it will definitely increase our collaboration, as we have already signed one MOU 2 years back on the same concept. So organizing the conferences and
another thing, if I can add, we are also very good as an interface between academia and industry. So
yes, sir,
we can help you establish interactions with the industry, not only in India, of course, globally.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We will be very much thankful to you. In fact, our university management, our chairperson, our honorable advisor, and all other authorities, I myself, Director Pharmaceutical Science, we are always open for all kind of opportunity, whatever can be done for research enhancement, and we will definitely be doing that, sir. Yeah. So.
And another very final comment. I deleted from my last slide a specific goal of the 2030 agenda, which is goal 5, gender equality. I
Yes,
would
sir.
suggest to consider also goal 5, which is related to gender equality, which is very, very important nowadays, not only in India,
Yes,
but at the world level. And this could open really new avenues for your, not only for your institution, I think for your entire territory.
Very true, sir. Very true. So, in fact, ours is a women's university, and we
Yes.
are a lot doing on gender equality part.
Yes.
We are working a lot, and it is nation's first private women's university, actually.
So
So,
if you could share my presentation with your students, I would be happy to be in contact with them. Of course, not for institutional affairs, for more for minor affairs, mainly devoted to their individual professional development, but many minor aspects of their development, just minor aspects. All the official communication will go through you and your institution.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. We will be in regular touch, and we will definitely explore all the opportunities which can be worked out. And at the end, I would like to thank once again respected Renato Tofanin sir, MD Arches Research Center,
Okay.
and it was a great pleasure to interact with you and to get so much informative knowledge from you. And the students must have already got very good information with the presentation. And with these words, now we will officially end the seminar. So thanks a lot. Thank you for sparing your time, sir. We will definitely be in touch with you. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. So
Bye-bye.
thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now you can disconnect, sir, if you are comfortable.
Okay.
And all the students can disconnect also. Now, thank you for joining, all of you, once again. Students, you can
Thank you,
also
sir.
disconnect now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, beta.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, beta. All can leave the room.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, beta.